Hello, welcome back. We are doing some patch 25.11 notes today. Yeah, let's jump straight into it. Alright, what do we got? I am a couple days late, of course, but had some stuff going on. Either way, patch highlights are this, obviously. Just browse that if you want, but we're going to get straight to the patch here. Looks like since the holiday in the US, they just pushed the live the patch rolling out by like 1 day, but that doesn't matter at this point. It's already out. Swift play, champ, and select improvement. Players are able to sort by mastery and favorite. Players are now able to review pre-made teammates' keystone runes. That's good. And then Leafer Buster. We're adjusting Leafer Buster's calculations out of the hood in order to set a higher bar for what's an acceptable level of AFKing. Alright. Interesting. That sounds good, I think. And then in-game negative behavior. I also am a little bit stuffy, so forgive my nose and any weird sniffles that I have. But anyways, might sound nasally as well. In-game negative behavior. We're modifying some new rules to our in-game negative behavior detection system, also known as soft inting. So reduce the threshold specifically for higher ranked players to be detected for negative behavior. Okay. Pride. All right. There's that stuff. If you want to go through that, if you want. Rainbow war paint emote. It looks like you can get no mission or blue essence needed. Simply claim it with a single click during the event. We also have a mission that will reward you with some battle pass experience for playing 3 games with friends. Cool. That's always fun. Kill and takedown sound effects. Add kill and takedown sound effects. Miscellaneous adjustments to sound option sliders. The volume of the new S effects could be adjusted with the notifications and UI slider. Okay. Champions. First up, we got Aatrox. Oh, that's interesting. Passive Deathbringer stance. Looks like damage is getting nerfed here. So it was 4 to 12% of max HP based on level. Now it's 4 to 8%, so quite a bit less there, especially in the later levels. And then Q, the Darkened Blade sweet spot damage is up by 10%, so it's now 170% instead of 160. And then W Infernal Chains rather. Damage type was magic, and now it's physical again. So kind of making him a little better, but his passive does that less damage, which is fine, I think. Alright, seems interesting. I feel like this is kind of a buff, but we shall see for sure. Alright, and then Annie's up next. So base armor level 1 was 19, now it's 23. Armor growth is also down, is actually down though. So it was 4.7, now it's 4. So starting off with a little bit better, and then the scaling is a little bit worse, but not that much really. Every 2 levels you get an extra armor basically, and every 3 levels you get 2 armor. So anyways, let's see, or less. I mean, that's how much less, obviously. That's what it was before. W Incinerate was 70 to 270 flat plus 85% AP. Now it's 70 to 250 plus 80% AP. So nerfing the damage, especially later game, on the W, so that makes sense. It is a pretty strong ability, but still, I don't know if she really needs it. Either way, Ash is up next. Q Ranger's Focus can now build stacks when attacking structures. Oh, this is so nice, yeah. Alright, good. I like this. That's really nice for sure. I know you can keep your stacks while you're attacking structures before, but now you can actually stack it on structures, which is really good. Alright, Cho'Gath. Armor growth was 5, now it's 4.5, so losing, 1 armor every 2 levels, basically. Nothing crazy, but definitely continuing the nerfs onto him, which kind of sucks for Cho, my boy, but it's okay. Diana's up next. Passive Moonsilver Blade. Monster damage was 225%, now it's 260%, so basically pushing her to be more of a jungler for sure. She seems like, I mean, that's a lot of extra damage for just against jungle monsters. Elise is up next. Passive Spider Queen, passive form, Spider form, basic attack bonus damage. Okay, so the bonus damage on the Spider form's basic attacks was 12 to 42 flat stats. That's not changed. And then it looks like the AP scaling just got nerfed here. So it was plus 20% of AP, now it's plus 15% of AP. So I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't really play Elise. And then it's not really I mean, it's definitely sizable, but not like the end of the world, I don't think, at the same time. So yeah, all right. Let's see what do we got next. Garen, W courage. Oh my gosh, they're changing a lot of stuff here. Oh yeah, I think this is like the mini rework almost. Anyways, W courage. So cooldown was 23 to 15 seconds. Now it's 22 to 12. So down 1 second at rank 1, and then at rank 5 it's down a whole 3 seconds. Obviously it scales on rank. And then damage reduction was 30%. Now it scales based on rank. Now it's going to be starting at 25% and scaling up to 41%. So definitely quite a bit better. 11% more damage reduction at rank 5. And then removed the 10% bonus resistances after quest completion. Okay, so they're removing that little kind of mini game of like last hitting a bunch of minions to get extra durability. That's fine. And they gave it more durability and a lower cooldown. Fixed a bug where particles weren't playing when successfully mitigating crowd control with the tenacity. Okay, cool. And then tooltip is updated for clarity. So yeah, I'm pretty sure W is just better in most situations. All right, and then E judgment. What do we have? Cooldown was 9 seconds flat. Now it scales from 9 to 6 seconds. Cooldown still starts after the end of the spin. Okay, so that's just better, straight up. Based on rank it scales. And then damage was 4 to 20 based on rank, plus a bunch of other stuff. Okay, plus 0 to 8.2 based on level, plus 36% to 40% AD scaling. Now it's just 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20, so that flat damage seems to be unchanged. Doesn't have that based on level damage, it looks like, which is kind of weird, but I mean, makes sense, I guess. And then it's actually buffed on the damage as well here. So yeah, right? Yeah. So the 36 to 40% AD is now 36 to 44% AD. The crit damage modifier was 150%. Now it's 140%, so slightly worse. And then 190% with Infinity Edge. And then now with Infinity Edge, it's just 172%. So nerfing the crit damage modifier, removed the 150% bonus damage or damage to monsters, and then removed partial cooldown refund based on remaining duration. Yeah, still you can't get that refund basically from canceling it early, but that's fine because you're getting less cooldown anyway. Fixed the bug where fully channeled judgment could leave the cooldown slightly higher than intended, and then tooltip updated for clarity. So it seems basically buffs great for Garen. Kind of shifting things around a little bit, making it less of like just making it simpler of a champ sort of. But yeah, looks like their hope is to make the changes that fighter builds for Garen will be his best option, raise the power. Okay, they say he's underpowered. Interesting. And then our Demacian Justice. Let's see, damage was 150 to 450 based on rank. Now it's 150 to 350. So down by nothing at rank 1, 50 at rank 2, and 100 at rank 3 points of damage. The missing HP scaling is different. Obviously, this is true damage as well, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. And so yeah, just nerfing that a little bit makes sense, honestly. It is pretty strong ability. Big execute. Cassidon's up next. Pretty nice for Garen though, I think. Base armor at level 1 was 19, now it's 21, so he's a little bit tankier, especially against the AD champs. E-Force Pulse, we have, so it looks like, yeah, it's up by 10 flat damage at every rank. That's pretty nice for sure. Really, really nice actually. I wonder if this actually helps in terms of like wave clear, because I know this is his only ranged ability pretty much, except his Q obviously, but like ranged AoE sort of. Yeah, alright. Anyways, our Rift Walk, bonus damage per stack, let's see, that flat's unchanged. The percent HP or AP scaling was 10%, now it's 7%, so that's a nerf. And then the max damage obviously from 90% AP is now 78% of AP. Okay. So kind of shifting them around a little bit, but overall hitting good spots, I would say. So that's good. Alright, cool. Lucian, we have E Relentless Pursuit up next, excuse me. Cooldown was 16 to 14 seconds, now it's 18 to 14, so if you're maxing it, it's not going to be different at rank 5, but the early 3 or 4 ranks, I mean obviously yeah, all of the ranks, but especially the early game, while you're leveling this up, it's going to be a little bit worse for sure. Obviously he does get that refund from each passive attack, so it's not going to be like the end of the world or anything, but definitely a bit of a nerf for him. That makes sense. Rengar, Our Thrill of the Hunt cooldown is getting buffed here, so well, it's gonna be getting lowered, but it's buffed for him. Cooldown was 110, 101, and 90 seconds for based on rank, basically, and then now it's going to be 100, 90, and 80, so just down by 10 seconds at every rank, basically. So pretty nice for Rengar for sure, and not fun for anyone else, except maybe his teammates. Alright, Rise is up next. Hopefully you're not nerfing him. Oh, looks like we are. Okay, W Rune Prison. So damage on here is going to be, looks like nerfed by 10 flat damage at every rank, and everything else is unchanged. I mean, that's not the end of the world. That's fine, I guess. That's fine. Excuse me. And then our Realm War passive overload flux damage was 40, 70, and 100% based on rank. Now it's 50, 75, and 100%. So actually, honestly, yes, there's a hit to W, but overall I would say this is a lot better in general. So yeah, I think it's fine actually. Probably even a buff depending on how you see it. Probably is a buff, yeah. Alright, cool. Sivir's up next. Oh my gosh, this champ sucks. Sorry. Alright, W Ricochet. Bounce damage 30 to 50% AD is now going to be 40 to 50% AD. Wow, that's pretty big actually. Cool. Good for her, I guess. Samir's up next. That's not going to make that big of a difference, but definitely helps her a lot. Let's see. Excuse me, sorry, I had to blow my nose. Q Flare lifesteal effectiveness was 66%. Now it is 80%, so that's a lot better. Love that. That is really nice, actually. And then W Whirl Blade damage per hit. Looks like flat is unchanged, but the bonus percentage bonus AD is down by 10% actually. So it was 60%. Now it's 50%, and then our Inferno trigger lifesteal effectiveness also getting the lifesteal buff kind of. It was 50%, now it's 80%, which is a lot better for sure. Even better than the Q for sure. So that's good. Samira's getting a little bit of better stuff. I don't think this is really big a deal overall, honestly. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a hit, but that's fine. I think the lifesteal effectiveness is probably much better in my opinion. Alright, Smolder. Base armor is going down by 2 points, and base health regen was 4.5, now it's 3.75. So that's just better. Or not better, it's worse. But Smolder's seeing a lot of, like, I think seeing some pro play and stuff, so yeah, it kind of makes sense they're going to hit him a little bit, but I don't think that's the end of the world either. But definitely sucks for him. Twisted Fate, Q Wild Cards. What do we got? Base damage looks like, oh, yeah, it looks like it's up 10 flat points at every rank, so that's good for him. And yeah, that's it. Alright, I wonder if that affects his wave clear at all or anything. Yeah, help his early game and his wave clear breakpoints, it seems like. Alright, Twitch is up next. E-Contaminate. AP ratio per stack was 30%, now it's 35%, so that's pretty nice actually. Very, very nice actually. Alright, and then Udyr's up next. Our Wingborn Storm. Storm Stance, empowered basic attack damage was 10 to 30 based on level, plus 30% AP, now it's 10 to 40 based on level, so that's better, and then plus 35% HP, or AP rather, so yeah, that's just better. On the autos, and then storm damage per second, also getting buffed here, wow, okay. So it was 20 to 90 based on rank, now it's 20 to 100, so just a little bit better, especially later ranks. And that is per second as well, so pretty nice. Yeah, just getting a lot better. A nice, really nice buff. So, alrighty. Items are up next. Looks like the only change here is going to be Horizon Focus. Total gold cost is down by 100, so it's 100 gold cheaper, and then ability power is actually up by 5. So nice. They said it's a little bit too weak overall, so they're just giving it straight up buffs. Nice buffs actually. Alright, cool. Good for Horizon Focus. ARAM, that's all that stuff. If you want to pause to read or check out the link in the description and read that stuff, feel free. Brawl, Surrender Time, and Long Range Minion Extermination. Okay, interesting. You now deal greatly reduced damage to minions if you spend too long in your base. Surrender timer is 15 minutes. Interesting. Alright, interesting. Alright, that's all the stuff for Brawl, of course. If you guys want to check that out, feel free. I wonder if they did any changes to my boy Zin. I'm not seeing any, so that's good. Alright, other than that, oh wow, they're actually buffed Warwick on that. That's pretty good. Cool. And then micro patch changes. Oh, there's some more stuff here, so maybe Zin's in this one. Let's see. Nope, he's not in that one either. Alright, bug fixes and quality of life changes. Definitely take a look at these, even though they might not be that like crazy. Sometimes they can be pretty large, so definitely take a look at that. Skin updates, so they're getting updates to the Mask of the Black Rose skins, basically, that they released earlier in the year. So yeah, cool. Those should be better, and other than that, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I very much appreciate it, and catch you guys on the Rift. See you in the next patch. Peace.